Greetings, barbecue family. Welcome to another live episode of the Backyard Smokemaster Barbecue channel. I'm your host, Kenyatta Robinson, and tonight I am joined by my lovely wife, Janine. Good to see you back on the podcast.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. And of course, we like to say hello to everyone who is tuning in and watching. Let's start by saying hi to Paul.
Yeah.
Paul is right here in the East Bay and the San Francisco Bay Area, and it is pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right up the road from Paul. He's over in Concord. We're in Clayton, so we're literally next door neighbors. And then, that also makes me also want to say hello and send good wishes to our friends and neighbors down south, down in Southern California. Man, they've been going through it with the fires.
Rough couple weeks now.
Yeah, definitely been a rough start to the new year. So our thoughts and prayers are definitely with our friends in Southern California and hoping that, things slow down, settle down, that the fires come to a stop. And, for everyone that's been affected by the fires, we're really just sending our good positive vibes to you. So greetings to Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff, as always. Also, good evening to Correctional Officer for Lockdown, aka, it's Bruce, aka Correctional Officer for Lockdown. Good to see all of you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we definitely, as always, invite you to join in with the comments. They are the engine that drives the show, and we do always appreciate your live participation. Tell a friend, like, subscribe, do all those normal things. But most importantly, tell a friend as we're trying to grow our barbecue community. So I think we do have an interesting topic. I mean, this is one that we've talked about before, but, I was just kind of wasting some time, looking at my phone, and I think I was on the Google page, and, it likes to suggest different articles and things like that. And it's kind of knowing that I'm a barbecue guy, because of course Google is watching and tracking everything
and listening
that we do, and listening, of course. Google then suggested an article that did catch my attention. So let me bring that up. So this article popped up in my feed, and I decided to check it out. And I know we had talked about kind of these smart, the rise of smart grills and that type of thing. But right now, CES is taking place. I forget what CES stands for.
Some kind of consumer electronic show or
that's
something
probably,
like that.
Yeah, that's probably it, exactly what CES stands for. But yeah, it's a huge technology-driven show that happens every year at the beginning of the year. So of course, there's all types of stuff being announced and previewed, and amongst it is this company called Brisket, cute name, and they are coming out. I guess they've already made some AI-infused smart grills, but this year they're coming out with one that costs only $399. And yeah, they're debuting an update to what they call the Vera AI cooking platform. And which is pretty interesting to me. And there are some things in this article that kind of caught my attention. Let me see if I can.
Is it electric?
Well, it's a pellet grill. So it runs with pellets, and that of course means it is electric. So electricity is required. The article does point out that It's got a dramatically lower price than I guess the version that they came out with last year. So $399. And this one is called the Zelos 450. And let's see, I'm just looking at the article here. So they call it the 450 because it's a 450 square inch version of their grill. They might be coming out, it sounds like, with a larger version later on this year.
Maybe if this is successful.
Yeah. And actually, I think the fact, I'm always a little bit skeptical, about these types of things, especially with a company like this, because I've never heard of them before. But like I said, apparently they came out with their grill last year.
And I would have said that you're usually skeptical about the first generation. So this is interesting that it's the second generation.
As I've gotten older and I've been burned by a lot of technology, yes, I have become more weary about first gen stuff. So that would definitely apply. So I do think, just right off the bat, a couple of things. I think the fact that it's only $399, that might be like a sweet spot.
Okay.
Because especially if you're getting started in barbecue, that's generally about where you want to be, or no more than that. If you're buying a charcoal grill, you can get a kettle, for $150. Maybe get a Master Touch, you get closer to $300. $399, that's kind of like where most of the entry-level pellet grills are priced, in that range. So I feel like they're in the right ballpark in terms of the price. AI is the hot thing. That's all you hear about it. The artificial intelligence, being infused into, a lot of different things, especially like cell phones, Apple, the iPhone 16, which I think, they were promoting AI, but I guess it came out and it didn't really have AI. But,
Which is a bit of a letdown, right?
A little bit of a letdown, but I mean, you kind of have to, if you're going to be at the forefront of technology in 2024, 2025, you have to be talking about how you are embracing AI. I know the new Samsung, what's it called? The Samsung Galaxy S25, I think is supposed to come out in about a week or two, or at least they're going to announce it. And I've already been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube where it's all about the AI, and how they're incorporating AI. Of course, Google Pixel has definitely embraced AI, and they've been really heavily promoting Google Gemini, and it's their version or their way of competing with ChatGPT.
But this tool sounds like it's gonna, not only get you the entry level sort of barbecue experience using the pellet grill, but also has some intelligence, right? It would be cool to kind of test this out. I would like to demo it and see, does it really work the way that they are touting?
And that's exactly the point. So we've seen, technology be incorporated into pellet grills for a long time,
right?
Especially with connectivity to Wi-Fi, so that you can control the temperature from your phone. And that's really kind of been, I think, a big selling point,
right,
for those types of grills,
right.
But what's interesting about brisket, and let me switch over to their website.
Oh, cool.
So they're talking about, they're really pushing Vera generative cooking AI. Ask anything, say anything, cooking anything.
Yeah.
Grilling made limitless. So, and what they're saying basically, and of course they've got an app.
Yeah.
You know, and what they're saying is that you can basically tell this grill anything, and the AI will automate your cook for you. Is what they're basically saying.
I also thought it could you could upload a picture and it would help you figure out kind of the best way to cook it or kind of recreate that experience.
Yeah, I think that is a big part of it as well. I think that is one of the points that they are pushing. Like here they're saying step by step automation. You know, everything from start to finish, no action required.
But is that how you want to really have your, barbecue experience be? I mean, it just seems like it might take some of the thrill out of it.
Well, I think that becomes the question.
Yeah, I think you might have some comments too.
And definitely would love to hear, what you guys think about that as well as we delve into this. Let's see, I'm seeing a lot of comments about how we are definitely in the throes of winter time.
No AI grills for real meat stick. I think I'm. I don't know.
It says, no AI grills for me.
Yeah.
And this is where I think there's probably going to be a divide.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, the young folks, the millennials.
Who don't know no better.
And I think the millennials are now like 28 to 47, 48.
Oh my God.
Or something like that. Like it goes up to the 40s. And I kind of feel like maybe, those folks, maybe this is the type of barbecue experience that they're looking for. Maybe there's a big enough segment of them, that this attracts them. Because I do think that, barbecue, the demographic it's older. Is older. Most of your 20-somethings are not, they're not at home thinking about barbecuing
and smoking meat and grilling and anything else. They think about where they can buy it from.
I think that where they can buy it from. But I think kind of like the passion, the interest commitment in wanting to barbecue yourself at home, I think comes a little bit later.
I also think that they don't have the patience for the true trial and error. And sort of perfecting it by failing. They don't want to fail. This is for the person who don't want to fail and needs to be talked off the ledge and talked through the barbecue experience.
Well, and actually that is kind of like, I think that's always been a barrier, for people who, when they do think that maybe they do want to get into barbecue, but they're afraid of failure. And I think that's also part of why, like pellet grill, the ease of using a pellet grill, the ease of a gas grill is attractive to a lot of folks. And a lot of folks are a little bit afraid of taking on the challenge of learning how to cook with charcoal, or heaven forbid, stepping up to like the stick burner experience and cooking with wood.
Right.
So that's why I kind of feel like
this could work.
It'll be interesting. I'm not going to say that it has no chance. No, Real Meat Stick says AI grills and our smokers are all hype. So Real Meat Stick's not buying it. He's not buying it. He's not feeling it. He thinks this is, kind of like, it's all just marketing and, and all of that. And I kind of wonder if if this kind of thing can take off.
I think
so. Yeah, he's saying, right. $3.99 to get people to buy. It's like the Temu of cookers,
pretty much.
And of course, the guys that are watching this podcast, I think, we're more the guys that do want to cook with, charcoal. Yeah. Throwback.
Well, who aren't afraid to fail and to keep trying at it and, kind of grow from it. This just would not appeal to me.
I'm curious. So Jeff says if it was featured at CES, I'm a little suspicious. Companies have a tendency to show concept products at CES that never make it to market or never perform to the hype.
I see.
Right. But then again, like I said, this company apparently they've been at it. At least they were there last year, and now they're back.
Okay.
They're back again. Yeah, control your grill anytime, anywhere. So
But you could already do that.
Yeah,
you could. That's not new.
That's not new. Access your AI. So Vera AI is available whether you're cooking or not. Have an idea, just tell Vera. Yeah. Free up your day. Shopping, going to work, enjoying family. You don't have to babysit the grill.
But you do have to prepare the meat, right? You do have to get your protein, right? And so it's not going to do everything. You know, it's going to do some things, but there's still work to be done. So I don't know.
I don't know, Janine.
Not that much of a shortcut, is it?
If you can think it, you can cook it.
Well, that's true without AI.
No, but they're saying
They just want to do it smarter.
grill smarter,
Right.
not harder. And then, look at the pictures of the people they're using in the marketing. See, these look like millennials.
Right. Who don't know what they're doing anyway.
Okay, now let's try and keep a little bit of an open mind.
Oh, I have an open mind. I just find this. I think I find it a little sus.
So 4 steps, right? 4 big steps. Ask Vera AI to create a recipe. Tell her whatever you want, and it will create a tailored recipe program in moments. Okay, but that could be attractive, right?
That could be. Of course, you could
then,
also just go online and find your own recipe.
No, but you don't have to do all that.
Okay, that's
Vera,
fine.
You just talk to Vera. Don't be jealous of Vera. All right? Launch the recipe program. And then, send your recipe program to your grill. The program will ignite your grill, preheat, and start cooking your recipe. And then cook and relax.
Cook your recipe. How does that happen?
Well,
What about your prep? There's some steps in between that are missing.
Vera is going to season your meat for you.
I'm sorry.
So what are you talking about? It says right here, you take it, you tell Vera, and then Vera goes to work. Cook and relax. Control the entire cooking experience from your phone, or let Vera's automated cooking program cook the food to perfection for you.
That sounds like Vera's just controlling the temperature, which is what a pellet grill would do anyway without the AI hypeness.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's nothing new. That's just marketing spin.
There was somewhere, I was looking at this a little bit earlier, and I could swear I saw somewhere where it said something about, like, if you forgot to wrap your brisket, that somehow Vera was going to make it all okay. I don't know how.
With the prayer.
I don't know how Vera is going to do that, but I think maybe it has something to do with the way that it can control the temperature.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right, let's see what you guys are saying. All right. Correctional officer says, I liken AI being fused to grilling and barbecue singers of today that use voice enhancement.
Oh, what is that called?
Yeah.
With the voice auto-tuning?
Yeah, auto-tune.
Yeah, this is auto-tuning. And when it's live, it just falls apart, right? But if as long as it's recorded, we good.
Okay, Real Meat Stick says $3.99 sounds like there is more money in the electronics than the build quality. See, I actually think the $3.99 is going to be more about the marketing.
Well, I'm sure they've got to be able to turn a profit on this thing.
And maybe the app as well. Maybe they're pumping money because, they probably have a nice
Yeah.
a nice app. But yeah, you're probably right though. It's the electronics, it's the technology part, but can it really do the job?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pellet smoker, so.
Right. But you still have a job to do. Even if you're the millennial who doesn't know what to do, you still have work to do, even with all this wonderful technology.
Real Meat Stick says, yep, it's an auto-tuned pellet pooper. Boy, I wish, because I know my audience. I know you guys. I knew it, that you guys were not going to be feeling this. I wish we had some millennials, to come in. Is there anybody out there that this
What appeal to?
yeah, is attracting? I'm really curious about that. Lack of intelligence. Okay, now Paul says, part of the reason I upgraded from propane to kettle was so I'd have something to do while cooking.
Right.
And that's a good point. That's a great point. But something that they said something about, making it super easy, relax, you don't have anything to do. Well, what's the fun in that?
Right.
I feel like part of the thrill and the satisfaction in barbecuing yourself at home is the journey. It's the experience. You're doing it yourself, and you can really take pride in knowing that you took steps that affected the outcome of your cook.
Mm-hmm.
And if the smart, if Vera's doing it all for you.
But Vera is not doing it all. That's where you and I divide.
No, you have to accept the premise of what they're saying. Vera is, Vera handles it all. Jeff says, but what does AI actually mean on a grill? Pellet grills already monitor and regulate temps. But ovens have done that forever. Right. It almost like what they're describing to me. I mean, I already kind of feel like cooking with a pellet grill. Well, no, cooking with a gas grill is exactly like cooking with an oven. So maybe, I'll give them a little bit of credit. Like the experience that they're describing sounds very much like the same that you would get from cooking with an oven.
Right.
With the added benefit that at least this thing uses pellets. So you are going to get a little bit of smoke, a little bit of smoke flavor, a light smoke profile.
But see, I feel like a savvy millennial could simply get their foot in the door with a kettle, go charcoal, still have the AI through an app. They don't have to buy into this. They can get the pieces of it and create the experience, get the recipes, get the help along the way, step by step. All that stuff is on the internet. So what do you need this for other than just because I want a pellet grill that seems like it's kind of smart, but not really?
So nothing is appealing to you.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Jeff says, I wanted to clean up when I ask. I can handle the cooking. There you go. Yeah. That would be more helpful, right? Okay. Real Meat Stick says, the picture of the grill with the foods cooking looked like the photo was created by a ratchet AI GPT. Okay, you guys are really getting gassed up now. Let me take another look here. Let me click on recipes. Oops. The brisket. Okay, so they do give you, like the recipe. So they give you some ingredients.
This is nothing new, though. You don't need this company to do that. You literally can find this on your own.
That's true. Prep. Okay, see, they do acknowledge prep time 20 minutes. I mean, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know anyone that can, get their full packer brisket, trimmed
Right. Unless you go out and source a
seasoned
trimmed one.
in 20 minutes.
You can get a trimmed one. That's going to cost you a bit. Maybe you could get close to that 20 minutes, but
Well, I mean, and most people aren't doing that.
well, the millennial is definitely not going to do that because they don't even know to do that because the AI didn't tell them.
Oh, wow. Okay, so prep time 20 minutes, cook time 10 hours. I think, it'd be more appropriate to say that
15.
it can vary based on the size of your brisket. Rest time 60 minutes.
That's not enough.
That's not, yeah. I mean, I like to let my briskets rest for at least 4 hours. I don't know about, what you guys are doing, but, 60 minutes sounds pretty brief.
And why would they say the difficulty is intermediate? This is not an intermediate protein.
Yeah, I feel like doing a brisket is kind of like, the
Masterclass.
the Super Bowl of, it's
Yeah.
like your Super Bowl of barbecue.
Right.
Intermediate.
I feel like they should have this, they should have rethought how this was laid out. And if they're truly going after the beginner person, then they would have had it sort of segmented in a way so that people didn't, dive into this right away thinking they could handle something that's going to take 12 to 15 hours. They're not going to do that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm just looking at these steps. So after you... Okay, well, they do acknowledge, they said you're going to start by trim off any excess fat. For best results, leave about a 1/4 inch layer of fat when trimming. Agree with that. I'm sure they probably, got this from Chat GPT or
I
something.
think so.
But
Yeah.
season the brisket liberally on both sides with an equal amount of kosher salt and black pepper. Okay, so we're going
Salt and pepper.
Texas style. Preheat grill to 225. Wow, so you're going to be able to, they can honestly say they can smoke that brisket in 10 hours at 225.
Are you buying this?
I mean, the basic steps, are there. They say place the probe into the fattest part of the brisket to monitor the meat temperature using your brisket app. Continue to cook for approximately 5 to 7 hours or until the internal temperature reaches 160. They do talk about how you can spray with apple juice.
Right.
Once an hour, starting at the 4-hour mark. Once the internal temperature reaches 160, remove the brisket from the grill and wrap it in unwaxed butcher paper. And then continue to cook the brisket for approximately 4 to 5 hours until the internal temperature reaches 203 degrees. And then when it reaches 203, place it in a dry, empty cooler. Let it rest for at least 60 minutes. I don't know about that part. And then, place it on a cutting board and slice against the grain in 1/4 inch slices. I mean, the basic instructions, are there.
But they're just missing a lot of things, nuances that it's missing some things for me. This wouldn't be how I would do this. I wouldn't follow exactly what they're doing. I feel like you can learn more just, on YouTube.
Okay, more admiration for the young folks. Generation Z uses microwaves to cook turkeys. They have sneaker weddings, etc.
Well, maybe this will work then.
The AI version of a smoker is a microwave.
Wow.
Yeah, real meat stick is a purist when it comes to the art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
You guys should buy the. Oh, okay, I think this is.
Like a spam.
Yeah. We'll get this person out of here.
Exactly.
Handle that. Okay. Oh, here comes some props for Janine. Listen to that intelligent woman next to you. She is speaking the truth. Food is made with love.
Absolutely.
AI cannot replicate that.
Nope.
All right. Now, let me switch to this camera. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this right without messing everything up. Okay. Don't get it twisted. You know, I also definitely believe in cooking with love. I am not going to be the one running out to buy, an AI smoker grill. I just like playing devil's advocate, and it's easy to get Janine going on that.
Oh.
So just trying to see if we can encourage any brave soul out there to say that this speaks to me. I'm going to rent out and buy, one of these brisket grills.
But hey, if the manufacturer of brisket wants to send us one to demo, I think that would be interesting. Make a video out of it to see how it works. I wouldn't say no. I just wouldn't buy it.
So, okay, let's see that's probably not going to happen if they watch, if they continue to watch this podcast, but that's okay. All right. Janine is very wise. You will not be able to use AI when you host your pig picking party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the overall sentiment that we're getting is that, the premise of what they are promoting, it takes all the fun out of barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was my question too. Is Vera going to wrap my brisket for me? I almost feel like, with the way that they are
marketing it,
mm-hmm. I see the young millennial person,
who doesn't know anything.
Yeah, and they're thinking that they're going to kill it, with their super smart grill.
Right.
And then they're going to get to that point where you need to wrap the brisket and they're not going to know what the hell to do.
Or honestly, they don't have to get to that point. They're not even going to know what to do, how to trim it. Let's just start at the beginning. That's where they're going to start failing. And they're not even going to understand the level of complexity for this cook because AI made it sound just so easy and sexy. So, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Here's an interesting question that correctional officer threw to Real Meat Stick. What about designs for some offsets? Would AI be able to play a role? No.
No.
I think absolutely not. I think he might be able to pull it off with the pellet grill just because the premise of the pellet grill is that it already is designed.
Just set it and forget it.
Yeah, set it and forget it. And the pellet grill is designed to manage the temperatures for you
evenly.
And handles, the fluctuate. It takes into account the temperature fluctuations. It's supposed to average out that temperature and does all the heavy lifting for you. So with that premise, I think what brisket and companies like it are trying to do is to basically level up the amount of intelligence, the electronics we already see with pellet grills, and they're trying to level it up, take it to the next level. But with an offset smoker, you can't master smoking on an offset smoker without being involved. It's the antithesis of, set it and forget it, go relax and not pay any attention to your grill. That's not happening with an offset.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff said they gave it a woman's name. Telling a woman to do anything always works out well. Okay, I think that's a little bit of shade.
Right.
But,
okay.
I mean, I think that, barbecue grilling, it's a man's endeavor. And, it definitely wouldn't work, if they named, instead of Vera, they were calling it, Bob or something, that wouldn't work. We are traditional barbecue enthusiasts and fanatics. Our generation doesn't care doesn't care how your cooker identifies.
That is true.
Right. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay. Talking about offsets, we are ramping up for the launch of our new 24 by 48 inch offset.
Neat.
All right. Okay, and if I'm okay, now remind me. I know I've been watching. I think I've been watching videos with your smokers, and don't hate me for some reason. The name has escaped me, even though I've been watching all these videos. What is it called? But anyway, it's definitely a nice cooking, direct grilling cooker. And it was interesting that you guys called it like a cooking over direct fire, but I felt like the design of it actually does make it more like an offset. So I'm definitely interested to see what your new 24 by 48 inch is going to look like. Okay, correctional officer says the younger generation will drink the Kool-Aid for marketing. They will buy into a solar panel grill too. Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about last
time.
Year.
Yeah.
We were looking at some type of grill that had was powered by solar energy.
I remember that. It was not the greatest design.
Between
either.
these two, I do feel like, the brisket, is closer, to closer to something that, I could see that working possibly. The solar grill thing,
I just think that's a little cray-cray.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one.
Nope.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
Oh, hey, Q-Belly's on.
Jeff says, I'm not seeing anything new. We have pellet grills, temperature probes, fan controllers. Yeah, we pretty much already have, I think. I mean, I don't want to say that we have everything we could possibly need and want, but now is a pretty good time to be in the barbecue hemisphere, because we do have just a lot of great accessories. All right, here's our brother Q Bellies, Joe. Good to see you, Joe. Hope everything is going well. And
SoCal.
Janine and I, we are locked and loaded. We're booked and everything. So we do plan to see you in a couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to that. Real meat stick. Yeah, I'm kind of killing myself here trying to, because I want to put it up. Okay, is this it? No, that's not it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going back. I'm trying to find
The video.
one of Real Meat Stick's videos, because can somebody throw it in the comments instead of making me try and remember what this thing is. But in the meantime, Jeff says, I'm with Janine. There's nothing special here. It's a fancy package for tools that already exist.
Yep. And I think it would cost you a lot less to just grab those separate tools than jump on that bandwagon.
Right. Correctional officer says an AI grill would probably be disqualified for a sanctioned barbecue competition.
Oh my God, they wouldn't let you do that.
Yeah. Do they? I don't know. I don't really recall. Because most, when I was judging at sanctioned barbecue KCBS events, everyone was cooking with, for the most part, with charcoal.
Right.
Maybe some stick burners.
No pellets,
in there
right?
Too. I don't recall anyone competing with pellet grills because one thing, you need to have electricity.
And a smoke ring.
Well, you can get a smoke ring with pellets.
And flavor? And a smoke flavor too?
Well, I mean, it's a light smoke profile. You're probably not going to win.
Well,
with the pellet smoker.
You just want the experience, maybe.
But yeah, so no, I don't think that you'd be able to use. Matter of fact, that would be ludicrous.
Yeah,
if someone
absolutely.
entered a barbecue competition with one of these AI smokers, and especially if they were trying to use the AI features as well, that would be pretty wild. Let's see. Yeah, 60 minutes rest time for a brisket is insane. So yeah, see, it's that kind of stuff, that's like, okay. I mean, for barbecue aficionados who know better, we see stuff like that, and that automatically disqualifies you, from consideration. Unfortunately, you're going to have these folks who are, looking to get involved with barbecue.
Right.
And, they're not going to know any better. And that'd be so sad, too. You spend at 10 hours minimum.
$400.
Making this brisket, and then you only let it rest for 60 minutes.
And you ruin it.
And then, it's not going to be anything like, what you thought it was going to be. So that step right there. This is also what tells me, and this is kind of what I feel about the meter company, and I have no evidence to back this up, but this has always been my impression of Meter, because I love their app. They make a wireless thermometer. But I've always felt like they are more technology people than they are barbecue people.
I see.
Whereas like Fireboard, I feel like it's a good mix. I feel like they really know barbecue and they have the technology. ThermaWorks, they make great products, and they make, they extend far beyond just barbecue, but I think they know barbecue as well. But when I see marketing like this from like this brisket company, it makes me think that they're mostly technology people that have a great idea, what they think is a great idea, to differentiate themselves and make this grill, this pellet grill.
And a marketing story.
With AI, yeah. But I feel like they don't really know barbecue. And I almost feel like that recipe, it's an AI generated recipe, and it's missing
a lot.
That knowledge, that telling folks to let it rest for 60 minutes. I mean, that could kill the brisket. Correctional officer says, welcome to the room, Rodney Easley. Yes, absolutely. If this is your first time watching, thank you for tuning in. We try to be here every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and we definitely welcome you to our barbecue community. And, like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. Definitely glad to have you. Yes, thank you. The Smoke Slinger.
Okay.
Yes, the smoke slinger. I've been looking a lot at the smoke slinger. You know, since we did the last podcast, and it looks fantastic. And I did feel like it really is like an offset smoker experience. So.
Okay.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did kind of feel like with the tuning plates and everything,
Oh, wow.
I feel like it's more for someone who's more on the advanced side. I don't think of it as this is the first smoker
Beginner
I should get.
or entry level.
The beginner, entry level. I think it's more for the guy that's been doing it for a while and who's ready to step his game up. And I think, if you do embrace it, I think, that is more akin to the true authentic barbecue experience, the thrill, cooking with love, and where the things that you're doing to manage the fire throughout the process, and you're contributing the smoke flavor to your food. I think that you get that experience with cooking with something like the smoke slinger.
Good.
For sure. Key Belly says, just got done with the pork butt on the new Masterbuilt Gravity Series 1150. Thing is legit. Highly recommend. Yeah, I saw on your Instagram where you were using the new Masterbuilt. And correct me if I'm wrong, that's a charcoal based smoker, if I'm not mistaken. And so and I don't know a lot about the Masterbuilt Gravity, but the little I do know makes me think that this is more of an example of something that marries technology and gives you a true barbecue experience, because I think it is cooking with charcoal. And that's, that gets more to the core of what, cooking with barbecue is all about.
Very cool.
Okay, and Real Meat Stick says, okay, we built traditional pit barbecues and offset smokers. Okay, so I'll have to go back and take a look.
Yeah.
Because I was mostly looking at the smoke slinger and thinking of how it compares to an offset smoker. But that's interesting that you guys also make offsets. So while we're here, let's take a quick look. All right, so we got it up there. Let's see the smoke slinger pits.
Oh, they have a mini one too.
Oh, yeah, but mini smoke slinger.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I was mostly looking at this bad boy right here. And, and I love the video demonstrations that you have out on YouTube, demoing how to cook different things with it. And it really does look, fantastic. And looks well built too. Love the size. And he says they've got a mini.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Okay. So it's very interesting. Yeah, it makes me, of course, think of cabinet smoker. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay. Maybe, okay. I'm just, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe you have a different website with the offset, since this one seems to be dedicated to smoke slinger. But definitely this looks awesome. I love what I've seen. I just recently heard about the smoke slinger from the last podcast, and like I said, I've been really impressed with what I've seen of it so far. All right, Jeff says, technology is going to continue to come into the barbecue space, and I love the gadgets, but just calling it AI isn't enough. And this brisket has the label, but I'm not seeing anything new.
I agree. I'm totally aligned.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, Rodney says, by the way, I'm kidding about the AI smoker. I don't even care for pellet smokers. Okay, so I guess maybe Rodney was answering my call because I'm trying to find somebody out here who this brisket grill smoker appeals to. But Rodney's saying it ain't him.
Not even close.
Not even close. And
Joe's like, yeah, no.
well, no, Joe's confirming that the master built gravity is cooks with charcoal and wood chunks if you'd like. Held temperature like a champ. All right, guys. So that's an endorsement from Q Bellies about the master built gravity series 1150.
Yeah, I'd like to see what that looks like.
All right. Master built, if I can spell, gravity.
It's already coming up, I think. Yeah, there you go.
1150. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
If I get the right screen up. Okay. So this version, it looks like they have different versions. So this one's in the $1,000 range. And I was trying to see. Yeah, so yeah, these gravity series, yeah, they kind of, like I said, they make me think of a kind of like a smart charcoal cooker, because you put your coals in, and then doesn't it kind of operate like a pellet grill though? Like it's kind of doing the work for you. Like you said, it holds temperature like a champ. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, because it looks like it's got a fan, so that's how it's managing the temperature, and it says digital fan maintains consistent temperature. Okay, so 1150, so that means it's 1150 square inches of cooking space. Oh, okay, so
it must be pretty big then. I mean, 12 pork butts? Or is that ribs?
Well, can't really tell. It says fits 12, and then you got a picture of a pig.
Yeah, but it looks like is it the rib portion of the pig? Like, are those ribs?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to represent pork butts, if that means ribs. 19 chickens, 51 burgers. So it's a good size. So it's definitely a good size. So yeah, I would say, guys, if you want to, step up and get yourself a smart cooker, maybe look at something like that.
Good idea.
Okay. Real Meat Stick says, yeah, we build traditional pit barbecues and offset smokers as well as the smoke slinger.
Okay. So what you thought was correct.
Where are you guys based out of? Are you, of course, my first thought is, are you in Texas? It seems like that's where most of these guys are.
Yeah. I think you're down more in the...
But Jeff says technology is going to continue to come into...
Yeah, you've already...
Oh, I already saw that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, you got him. Yep.
I'm going the wrong way.
You are.
All right. The smoke slinger is like the Leatherman tool of cookers. Yeah. It allows you to cook offset, reverse offset, direct heat, indirect, pizza oven, hog cooker, just to name a few. Yeah, and that was my impression, when I was looking at those videos. I was thinking, I heard him talk about, the direct heat, but I'm picking up some real offset vibes. And then I saw where you can, I think it's easy to set it up for like 2-zone cooking. And he says reverse offset.
Yeah.
Indirect cooking. Now hog cooker. All right, now how big of a hog are we talking about? That's interesting.
Oh, I see.
Correctional officer Bruce says the smoke slinger can definitely hold a pig with ease too. All right, it's kind of checking all the boxes. All right, let me get to Joe's comment about the Masterbuilt. Says it definitely works like a pellet, but you get the charcoal wood flavors. Yeah. He's got a reel coming tomorrow to get a better idea. All right, guys. So make sure you check out Q-Belly's Instagram at Q-Bellies. It's a great follow. Lots of great recipes, good barbecue inspiration, and we'll get a better look at the Masterbuilt as well. Real Meat Stick says, our new offset is not on the website yet.
I see.
Its launch date is Sunday, February 2nd. I'm giving you some exclusive background info on your show tonight. All right. We definitely appreciate that for sure.
Texas.
And yes, Real Meat Stick says they fabricate from their facility in Kaufman, Texas. All right. Lots of great stuff. I'm really intrigued, and I'm glad that you came back on the show, and would definitely, when you launch, I would love to have you as a guest if you'd like to come on the podcast and talk about it with us live in the flesh. We'd love to have you do that. So let me know if you're interested. He says it's full 1/4 inch U.S. steel.
Good.
So that, guys, that meets that qualification for offset smokers. You definitely don't want to get a cheap offset. You need it to be 1/4 inch steel. So it checks off that first and very important box. Fabricated by U.S. welders, made right here in the USA. God bless America. Yeah, so absolutely. Like I said, the fact that it's solidly built 1/4 inch steel, so that's going to save you a lot of headaches. You run out to Home Depot and get one of those cheap offset smokers that aren't made from 1/4 inch steel. You're going to be chasing temperatures and just
burning your meat.
Pulling your hair out, as to why you can't maintain anything close to consistent temperatures. So that's important. So definitely glad to hear that. All right, guys. Well, I do appreciate you all. Please, again, tell your friends about the Backyard Smokemaster Barbecue podcast. Subscribe, like the video. Definitely appreciated the discussion and the thoughts on the AI pellet grill. A little disappointed that we didn't find any takers. No one said, stuck their hand up and said, yeah, I'm going to run out and buy one. But like Janine said, if anybody from the brisket company is listening and you want to prove us wrong, we would love to test it out and run it through its paces. I'd love to see how that AI works in practice. But of course, I would say just use the AI as kind of like a guide, but you kind of have to, you kind of got to, use some of your own know-how and make it your own. Yeah. You don't want your barbecue to be just like, everybody else's. You don't want it to just be, cookie cutter.
Right.
So yeah, make it your own. Absolutely. So yeah. That's all I can say on that. All right, Janine, thanks for sitting in with me.
Sure.
I do appreciate, and again, appreciate you guys. Take care. Get out there. Enjoy your barbecue grills and smokers. I know it's cold outside, but, get out there and enjoy your Q. And all right. Real Meat Stick says, Frank and I will go live with you. We will bring our entourage of world champion barbecue teams like Plowboys again. Thank you for mentioning that. Actually, Plowboys is going to be on live with me next Friday.
Oh, cool.
So next Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're booked. So if nothing has changed, I expect Plowboys to be my guest, and then I will get in touch with you. So hopefully, I think I may have already sent you a message on Instagram, but I'll try and touch base with you again, so that we can firm up getting you and Frank on, because I think that would be an awesome discussion, and would love to hear more about your new offset that's coming out in early February. So appreciate that. So we'll be in touch. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thanks again. Appreciate you all. Take care, and we will see you soon.